Bonsoir tout le monde. Tonight's lesson is l'hôtel, chapitre 9. So take out your chapter 9 packet, please, and write down your definitions as we go. So the name of the chapter is l'hôtel.
Chapitre 9. L'hôtel.
Which is the hotel, obviously as a cognate.
L'arrivée à l'hôtel.
This is just like the ER verb arriver, to arrive. This is the arrival at the hotel. So we are at the arrival of the hotel, and we are in...
Le hall.
Notice how this is an aspirated H. There's no L apostrophe here because the H here in hall is aspirated. It's not silent. The hall, le hall, this is the lobby of the hotel. For receptionist, the word is the same for both masculine and feminine. The only difference is going to be in the article, if you'll notice. La for feminine and le for masculine.
La réceptionniste. Le réceptionniste. Une fiche de police.
This is a registration card. This is something you used to have to do when you checked into a hotel. We really don't do it anymore, but it's a card that literally a guest would fill out with their name and home address and personal information that the hotel would keep on record while the person stayed there in case something should occur and the police needed to have information on that person. So you can just write a registration card.
À la réception, Camille rend poigneusement la fiche de police.
All right, so this is Camille. We're looking at Camille here. She's at the reception. You remember the verb remplir. It's an IR verb. It means to fill out. And you remember from the last chapter, soigner, which means to heal. This is an adverb made from that word. Soigneusement actually means carefully. So Camille carefully fills out the registration card.
Remplir une fiche.
And there it is, the verb and the noun, to fill out a card or a registration card.
Une clé.
Une clé is a key. There's another word for clé, it's clef. It looks like that. Can be the same thing.
Camille a réservé une chambre.
This is the verb réserver. It's an ER verb. It's another cognate. This is the passé composé. I have avoir and my past participle. Camille reserved, past tense, a room. Now you'll see on your paper I have an asterisk that if you follow it to the bottom of the page, you'll see I wrote this sentence here. Elle a versé des arts. And if you remember from chapter 6, verser means to pour. It can mean to deposit. So this basically means she deposited some cash ahead of time. She made a deposit. All right, she made a cash deposit. So she reserved her room, but she had to make a cash deposit first.
Elle a donné de l'argent à l'avance.
This sentence basically explains that. This is the passé composé of donner, the verb to give. She gave some. This de, l'apostrophe, that's the partitive. It means some. She gave some money in advance, à l'avance, in advance. She gave some money in advance.
C'est combien la chambre?
So now she wants to know how much the room's going to cost. This is your question word. Combien means how much or how many. It is how much the room. C'est combien la chambre? How much is the room?
90 euros, tout compris.
So it's 90 euros, everything included. And it's not unusual in France for your hotel room to have a nice breakfast included. So 90 euros, everything included.
Le petit déjeuner est compris?
She just wants to be sure, so she asks, breakfast is included? Le petit déjeuner est compris? Breakfast is included?
Absolument. Je vous souhaite un bon séjour, mademoiselle.
He says, absolutely. I wish you, souhaiter is an ER verb. It means to wish. I wish you, that's our object pronoun, comes before the verb. Okay, I wish you a nice stay. A séjour is a stay, like when you go on vacation. Mademoiselle, I wish you a nice stay, mademoiselle.
Camille est montée au 3e étage.
Okay, here we have the passé composé avec être. Monter, as you know, takes être. It can also take avoir in the passé composé. This is the M in Mrs. When we talk about Dr. and Mrs. Pierre Vandertramp, monter stands for Mrs. And that is because it can take either avoir or être in the passé composé depending on whether the action of the verb is on the subject, in this case Camille, or if I have a direct object, like say maybe her backpack or her bag here, then it would use avoir. This sentence means Camille went up to the 3rd floor. Monter is to go up or to get on. Past tense, Camille est montée. She went up to the 3rd floor. Listen again.
Camille est montée au 3e étage. Elle a monté ses bagages.
So now we see monter with avoir in the passé composé, and that is because I have this object, ses bagages. This means that she brought her bags up. The action of monter is on the object, bagage, not on the subject, elle. So this is the difference in the passé composé with those first 6 verbs of Dr. and Mrs. Pierre Vandertramp that can take either avoir or être. And this is how that works. In the first one with être, the action is on the subject. In the second one with avoir, the action is on the object. All right, some things in the room here.
Une chambre avec salle de bain.
This is a room with a bathroom. You can figure that out. You know all those words. You don't always know if you're going to have a bathroom in a hotel, especially in Paris, in France. So you must make sure ahead of time that you're going to have your own bathroom if you want one.
Un lit.
That's a bed.
Une chambre à un lit.
So this is a room with one bed. You could ask for une chambre à 2 lits. That would be a room with 2 beds. Okay, you're specifying what kind of room you want.
Elle a défait son sac.
So here's her sac, right? This is her bag. You know the verb faire, the verb to make or to do, is used in many, many idiomatic expressions. And if you remember, to pack your bag is to faire sa valise or faire ta valise, to pack your bag. Well, we're going to put this little prefix, day, in front of faire to say that we're undoing it. So this is the passé composé of défaire. She unpacked her bag. Okay, she unmade her bag.
Ensuite, elle est sortie de sa chambre.
You remember these words? Ensuite, d'abord, enfin. All right, these are words of sequence. They're good to know, especially when you're writing. Ensuite means next. Next, she left her room. Okay, this is the verb sortir, and it takes être in the passé composé. I have an E on my past participle because it has to agree with the subject. When être is my helping verb in the passé composé, my past participle has to agree with the subject. That's why that E is there. It's to agree with elle. Next, she left her room, or she went out of her room.
Elle a fermé sa porte à clé.
This is how you say to lock a door. Fermer is the ER verb to close. This is the passé composé. She closed her door with the key. That's how you say she locked her door. You can just write down she locked her door.
Elle est descendue.
All right, she went down. In other words, she came down from the 3rd floor. She left her room, came down and out the hotel. Elle est descendue. She came down. Here's the E, agreeing with elle, because être is my helping verb.
Elle a sorti un plan de la ville de son sac à dos.
You sortir again, but this time it has avoir as its helping verb. Do you know why? Can you figure it out? Well, if you guessed that it's because of en plein, which is an object, then you'd be right. We're using avoir in the passé composé with sortir because it's not saying that she went out, it's saying she took something out. She took out a map of the city from her backpack. Okay, and here de, you remember the preposition de can mean of, from, or about. So here it means from her backpack. She took out a map of the city from her backpack.
Elle est allée visiter la ville.
This is the verb aller. Takes être, it's a Van der Tramp verb. She went to visit the city. And look, I've got helping verb, past participle, infinitive. You can do that. She went to visit the city. Again, my E, because I'm talking about elle.
Il y avait beaucoup de monde.
All right, do you recognize this tense? I hope you do. It's the imparfait. You should know it. This is il y a, which means there is or there are, except it's in the imperfect, so it's in the past tense. There were a lot of people. And I'm using the imparfait because it's describing the atmosphere. It's describing the situation, and that's when we use the imparfait. There were a lot of people. All right, my friends, after this, I would like you to do page 101 in your workbook, please. That's the next page in your packet. Remember, you can rewind the video if you need to and listen to it as many times as possible. It's a good idea to click through and listen to the pronunciation for practice as well. See you next time.